Prep ties it up.
Holy Ghost is on the move.
Yeah, Firebirds had a lot of momentum.
Right from the jump for the Firebirds, who look really good.
Hello everybody and welcome back for the second time this week to the Chapman Arena on the campus of Holy Ghost Prep, where we have live basketball action between the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the Interboro Buccaneers. I'm Caden Stewart.
I'm Jack Dobbins.
And for the next 32 minutes, coming to you live from the Chapman Arena, we will have PIAA playoff implication action for the Firebirds. The Interboro Buccaneers already eliminated, but the Firebirds with a chance to move around from the 9 seed. They will not be able to move up, but a chance to lock in a number 9 seed playoff game in the PIAA District 1 5A playoffs. With that, we'll throw off the PA announcer for today's starting lineups and national anthem.
Enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Holy Ghost Prep is proud to be partnered with athletes helping athletes to provide special needs opportunities in the Philadelphia area. Please turn your attention to center court and welcome tonight's honorary captain, Michael Henley. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise at this time for the playing of our national anthem. Number 10, Sean Thomas. Number 13, Ryan Thomas. Number 50, Jaden J.O.R. And number 23, Josh Ward. And coach of the bus is Conrad Sitcall. Now, starting lineup, the Firebirds of Holy Ghost Prep. Starting guard, His first.
Coming back out of our audio break, it is a 10-7 Holy Ghost Prep lead, and Adam McDonald will shoot 2. McDonald makes his first from the line, 4-point lead, looking to add to it. Firebirds go in transition after the Adam McDonald foul shot. So now that ball's left up in the air twice, 3 times, no good. And a jump ball will be called on the court. We'll try to bring both mics in. Again, be sure to let us know in the comment section if the audio is back and running. And the second mic coming on momentarily.
Interboro calls timeout.
Timeout called by Interboro. So coming out of the timeout is a 12-7 Holy Ghost Prep lead over Interboro. The first pass coming out of the break is won by Jaden Diawara. Diawara fires out to Schreiber. Schreiber to the far side, looking for open space. He's got to Zakai Collins. Collins to the far side for 3. It's open, rimmed in and out, and back in. And it hit everything but the net initially, and now it falls. It's Jaden Diawara who started the possession with the ball. He makes the 2-point lead once again. Great offensive board by Charlotte. He sets it up for Segarich. It's good.
Segarich drains his first 3 of the night. It's just natural for him.
With the audio issue in the start, we'll take this opportunity to redo our initial intro to the game. I'm Caden Stewart.
I'm Jack Dobbins.
This being our final regular season home broadcast of the season for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds before they move on to the District 5A playoffs by all implications. Currently, the best seed they can get is the 9, which they are currently slated. They should lock that up with a win today against Interboro, who come in with a 5-14 record. And with the Firebirds 11-10, both sides on polar opposites of the spectrum. We'll get to that after this next timeout, which will happen just now as the ball goes out of play. Is a 5-point lead for HGP. And we'll go over records. Interboro is 1-6 on the road. They have lost 7 of their last 8 games overall, whereas the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds will look to improve to above 500 for the first time this season at home after week 1. They have a 5-5 record, looking to get to 6-5 as Segarich looks to get 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, but he just misses out and takes a 5-point lead. HGP has won 8 of their last 10 and 4 of their last 5 would be more recent. And now here comes McDonald looking to extend that streak. McDonald through the paint and he gets it to go.
Great steal by McDonald there, just reaching in, taking the ball, and just driving right back down the court and getting the easy 2 to put the Firebirds up 7.
McDonald and the Firebirds standard home white and red drives that, makes it a 7-point lead, almost doubling the Buccaneers' score through these first 5 minutes of play. Traveling along the baseline was Jaden Diawara. And Adrian Varela is called for his first foul of the game.
Despite the audio difficulties, this has been a great game so far. 27 points in the first 5 minutes. We're averaging over 5 points a minute so far in this game.
Nick Colin, Mike had a high-scoring game, 70-50 as the final score. We'll see how that pans out. Right now on pace to do just that as Tommy Nahill brings in the offensive board. He fires Liam Duffy, and Duffy underneath 2 is good.
Great layup from Duffy there, making the lead 9 points. Only 5 minutes into this game, Firebirds capitalizing on early opportunities.
So while the Firebird injuries have been a big storyline, they have not been brought up as much as they have today. The Firebirds without 2 usual starters in Dean Burkhotter and Charles Steinmetz due to separate injury reasons. And both, again, inactive today. Liam Duffy getting the start in place of Charles Steinmetz. Tommy Nahill on as well. And Varela is on point with his second three-pointer of the game.
I'm convinced this kid can't miss. Like, this kid's probably made, I don't know, 19 of his last 23s. He's unbelievable.
The Firebirds have made the last 10 points in a row in the game. They're on a 10-0 run through the last 2 minutes of play. 22-10, HGP on top. Going back and forth with his Jaden Diawara. Diawara finds Adir Ali getting his first pass of the game. Ali, Diawara spins out of one, puts up a two. That one no good. And the big, tall Tommy Nahill brings down the strong rebound. Nahill to Gavin McLaughlin coming off his great senior night performance. Finds Duffy, that one offline. Three different players for either side couldn't get their hands on the rebound, and it's brought down by the Buccaneers, looking to end a 10-0 disappointing streak for them. And they'll draw a foul, looking to go to the line to do so, as Tommy Nahill will be called for.
Firebirds starting off this game hot, 6.5 minutes in, and boy do we know as the broadcasters, the Firebirds are great at sticking with leads once they start with them. So it's a great first look for the Firebirds as number 13 misses his first free throw.
As Brandon Thomas, who misses his first free throw. Brandon Bass, who has not gotten much playing time this year, getting on in the first quarter, a 22-10 lead. Over 2 from the line goes Brandon Thomas. Speaking of Bass, he goes over to Mark Sindardo and now files out of McDonald through the pass to the corner. McDonald getting open space. Back to Mark Sindardo coming off a season high 14 points at the varsity level. Here's Nahill dropping back for 2, no good. Fights for the offensive board, just couldn't bring it in. Valiant effort by Nahill. And here comes Salomon. Down the court, Salomon to the corner. He has Zakai Collins, one of the starters. Collins back to Diawara, a fellow starter. Back to Collins, down in the corner. They go around the horn. Salomon, far side. Collins, the return. Here's a deep three, and it hit everything but the back of the net, or bottom of the net, I should say. And the loose ball rebound is won by the Firebirds on a violation. And so Gavin McLaughlin and Adam McDonald will throw it in. The latter going to the former. McLaughlin through the midcourt emblem to Adam McDonald, back to Mark Sindardo, underneath McLaughlin for 2, and he gets to go. McLaughlin coming off his senior night gets his first points of the game. It's a 14-point lead, 12-point swing for HGP.
Ooh! Eurostep and a great block there by Nahill.
I'm still recovering from the noise Jack just made. 24-10 Firebirds, but a chance to cut into it for Interboro. First foul shot is good by Jaden Diawara. As the first made foul shot of the game for the Buccaneers. They were 0 for 2 from the line before that. Diawara evens it out, and it's now 2 for 4 on the day. 12-point lead as the 12-0 run comes to an end. But still 12-2 as the Firebirds will take the last shot of the first quarter. McLaughlin goes around the horn to Mark Sindardo. He finds Bass. Back to Gavin McLaughlin, who narrowly avoids travel but established the pivot. He finds Nahill with 4 on the clock. Nahill bodies the man in the paint, gets the bounce, and it's good to the buzzer.
A great start to this game by the Firebirds, dropping 26 in the first 8 minutes of play here in this final home game. Getting a quarter of a century of the points needed is great in that first quarter.
Tommy Nahill with the finishing 2, having his will in the paint and being very physical in this opening frame of 8. 3 more frames to come, 24 minutes total, and the Firebirds lead by 14, 26-12 through the opening 8. Coming back out of the break in between quarters, Mark Sindaro gets the opening pass for the Firebirds. He fires back to Robbie Segerich. Segerich was on for half the first quarter, got a three-pointer out of it, looking to extend to it. He gets to get the assist here, and he does. Zach Charlin from the corner. We saw the corner be hot last night for either side. Charlin adds to the party.
Firebirds starting off hot from 3 in this game. Just net after net after net.
Adrian Varela, the king of nets for the Firebirds, averaging over 20 points per game this year. He dishes it off to Mark Sindardo. Here, speaking of Segerich from 3, he was open, but just passed at the far side of the rim. And the defensive board is brought down by Diawara. One and done go the Firebirds. Nadir Ali dishes it and hits it. Ali to Collins, and a crisp down the net as Collins gets his first from beyond the arc on the day, 1 minute into the second quarter.
That was a beautiful 3.
Indeed it was, as good as it gets. Varela dishes to Mark Sindardo. Sindardo, cross-country to his classmate, Zach Charlin. And Charlin's pass, a little bit too much extra on it, and it'll go out of play on that Interboro Buccaneers sideline. 14-point lead, it stays for HGP, just like it was coming into this second of 4 quarters on the day. 29-15, your current score. And Interboro looking to stop the bleeding here a minute 13 into this second. Moving it down the court is Nadir Ali. Firebirds will be called for a defensive foul there as Ali gets the benefit of the whistle. And it's Zach Charlin's first foul for either side in the second quarter. Pass goes to the far side to Nadir Ali. He's ran the offense today through half court. And a late whistle will come. Won't be a foul, it'll just be an inbound reset. And throwing it in and going right to Nadir Ali with Sean Thomas. Ali goes right back to him. Now to Josh Lloyd, back to Ali. Ali through the paint. Ali is turned away. Blocked by Liam Duffy. Duffy finds Segerich in transition for 2.
Segerich corralling the somewhat haywire pass and turning it into 2 more points for the Firebirds to have more than double Interboro's score.
HGP now up 16, 31-15 so far, and they have already hit that just 10 minutes into the game. Varela looks to add to it, one-on-one, it's no contest. Adrian Varela, one-on-one in the paint, 33-15.
Varela throwing up a little stiff arm while going up for that layup, pushing the man off him and chucking it off the backboard.
Looking for an answer once more is Nadir Ali, and the Buccaneers need it more than ever. Ali to the paint, and they get it to go. Great assist by Nadir Ali. Sean Thomas finishing the job down low. Charlin and Segerich exchange passes. Back to Sindardo. Charlin, Duffy spins to Sindardo, looking to get his first points of the game, and he does. Sindardo has 7 of his last 8 from the field, including yesterday, and he has his first points coming off a career high at the varsity level.
Great showing from Sindardo on that senior night. That was an incredible performance all around, but Sindardo really showed up.
And much needed to, as well as the Firebirds again shorthanded due to injuries. Varela missed a few plays because of injuries in that game. He's back in at full strength today. And he fights for that rebound there on defense, but the Firebirds win it. It's Robbie Segerich. Segerich down to Charlin. Charlin up to Segerich again, in between the emblem and top of the key. Back to Sindardo to Charlin from 3. That one no good. What a board by Segerich. And the 2.
Segerich with a nice layup there, getting 2 more on the board for the Firebirds.
This HGP's offense has been their cornerstone all season. They lead by 21, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. Dominic Salamone going back and forth. Salamone to Will Spalding. Salamone again. Zach Collins, and Collins is turned away. Steal by Varela. Varela down the court. Segerich for 2, and the Firebirds are making it look easy in this first half. 40 points with 4 minutes to go in the second. And an unbelievable point total so far for this Firebird team. And we are flying through this game like the Firebirds are doing so to the Buccaneer offense.
40 points, only 12 minutes in, is ridiculous.
40-17, the current score. The Buccaneer went down behind the play. It'll draw a whistle.
Something very interesting, though, is the Firebirds are trusting Adrian Varela a lot on defense this game, putting him on number 23, Josh Lloyd, a 6'1", 210 football basketball double athlete. He's a tight end with a 425 deadlift, and he also plays D-end. So they're putting their biggest man on their biggest man. It's Varela versus Lloyd in what's going to be a huge battle for the paint in this game, as there he goes and draws the foul.
Yeah, Lloyd wins that battle, this time going against a slightly smaller Robbie Segarich. And Segarich is called for his, or maybe not, with Adam McDonald being called for his first foul of the game. And the Firebirds with 2 more quick ones to add to their 3-foul total in the second frame. Lloyd is 2 for 2 from the line today. He makes it 3 for 3. And will look to continue the hot streak with 4. And looks to cut the lead down to 21. The weird noises from the crowd will keep him at 3 makes. He's 3 for 4 on the day. It's a 22-point lead for the Firebirds. Look to add to it like they've done so in almost every possession so far. Adam McDonald goes to Segarich, to Nahill, Charlin. Great sequence and a touch of special sauce by Zach Charlin at the end.
Just a textbook pass there. Charlin cuts in, Nahill sees it, throws in the ball, and a nice layup right there with a soft touch to get it off the backboard for 2 more.
42-18, and while Jack was talking, an even prettier shot by Nadir Ali in transition. And now a steal, Zakai Collins looking to go on a run to Nadir Ali, and Ali with 4 points in 4 seconds. And we're back down to a 20-point game, and the Firebirds will slow it down coming across half court. Segarich, McDonald, to McLaughlin, back to McDonald, back to GMAC, Nahill spins, 2-on-1 disadvantage, and it doesn't matter as Nahill will draw the foul. And it's the first foul of the second quarter against the Buccaneers.
Interboro foul, Josh Lloyd, his first. Team's first.
Josh Lloyd called for his first on the night. Firebirds do almost a wholesale change. Subbing on is Eddie Rosado. He got his first minutes of playing time at the varsity level last night, or Monday night. And he'll get back on here as Nahill goes 1 for 2 from the line. We're back up by 21. As we get down the court is Brandon Thomas. Thomas dishes it out to Josh Lloyd. Lloyd to Collins for 3. No good. Rebound, Lloyd. Had the ball stripped away. Pickpocketed loose by Segarich. And now it's Rosado and Eddie Rosado with a physical play in the paint. And a jump ball will be called. Eddie Rosado wins possession for the Firebirds, and great credit to him for, in a very high-scoring game, having a very physical defensive play in the paint. Here goes McDonald. McLaughlin, that one tipped away, and Zakai Collins almost had 2 steals in the second half of the second quarter. Here's Bass, Rosado, McDonald from 3. It's good. Everything is working for HGP. 46-22.
That was one of the best sequences I've seen from this Firebird team this year. Almost a turnover turned back into a scoring 3 from McDonald. Just incredible work ethic from all the guys on that play, making sure everything went the way it should have.
I said the Firebirds would be getting lucky bounces, but these shots haven't even been bouncing before they're going in. Neither was just on point today, all on the same page, and it's not the wrong one. 46-24. As going down and scoring 2 more was Nadir Ali. He is by far the team's leading scorer on the day. Out of the McDonald to Rosado. Rosado is tripped, and that's a foul. Someone on the Interboro side did not quite agree with that call. It seemed pretty clear from the broadcast booth that it's the right call. Foul called on the floor, and Eddie Rosado making an impact in his first minute on the floor. Nahill doing so as well, and Tommy Nahill, the stand-in starter at center, makes a 24-point game. Firebirds back up by double.
Nahill, towering over everyone on this Firebirds team at 6'7", is making some plays tonight. Some huge plays that are leading to the Firebirds leading by double.
Josh Lloyd has been the Adrian Varela so far for the Interboro Buccaneers. A very physical presence in the paint, and he goes to the line for the 3rd time today.
Very much makes sense why they're matched up on each other.
Lloyd 4 for 5 on the day as he makes his first. He'll shoot one more, and the deficit back down to 23. One for 2 from the line goes Josh Lloyd. Firebirds bring down the board. Fires it away. It's a haywire pass. Maybe not the best decision by Adam McDonald. And Sean Thomas capitalizes on the mistake. Thomas to Lloyd. To Thomas again. To the corner. Here's a 3. Just left short. Rebound brought down by McDonald. McDonald back to Gavin McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Rosado. Back to McLaughlin. And now in sequence to McDonald. McLaughlin makes a man miss. Back to McDonald now from 3. It's good again.
Firebirds aces from 3 this game, barely missing whatsoever, putting up more than half of a century with 40 seconds left in the first half.
Adam McDonald had a combo meal before coming into this game. He now is 3 for 3 from beyond the arc and has scored 9 of the Firebirds' last 15 points on the day. 51-25 your score. HGP leads by 26. Then he gets the board in transition. McLaughlin, and the foul is drawn by McLaughlin. 21.7 ticks of the clock remaining in this first half. 51-25 the Firebirds score, and a chance to add to it as Gavin McLaughlin will inbound. Bass to McDonald, to Rosado, back to Gavin McLaughlin now. McLaughlin patrols the outskirts of the yard with 13 seconds to play. McLaughlin back to McDonald. He goes around the corner and goes right back to Gavin McLaughlin. Rosado, G-Mac, again, McDonald, why not? The hot hand McDonald, that one missed everything. A rare miss today for McDonald. And Rosado, did he beat the horn? He did not. That was a close call, a hasty play down low by Brandon Thomas almost cost Interboro 2 more.
That sure would have been welcomed if he had gotten it off before the buzzer.
Welcome, but as the score stands right now, not necessary at all. 51-25 your score through the opening 16 minutes of play from the Chapman Arena. The Firebird offense has been their specialty, as I said all year, over 1,100 points on the season, and on pace to make it 1,200 if they keep this up, if not already.
Just banging the threes over and over and over. That's what the Firebirds have been doing in this game. And such a crucial part to this Firebird offense. A huge skill so many players have. Varela, Segurich, McDonald, all excelling in the 3-ball. It's been the Firebird success point this year, and I can't wait to see how they continue it in the second half of this ball game.
7 different players with points in that first half for the Firebirds, and a possibility to add to it as leading by 26 with playoff hopes on the line in the Chapman Arena. It's a 26-point lead for HGP, 51-25 over the Interboro Buccaneers. Coming back on mid-first possession of this third quarter. It's up and good for 2, and Sean Thomas makes it. So then we have a second to catch our breath coming out of this intermission report. The Firebirds lead by now 24 coming out of the break. It's 51-27 as they go on the move across half court. The Firebirds, with their last home regular season game up here, coming against 5-14 overall Interboro. And the common Adrian Varela announced over the loudspeaker is making another 2-pointer. It's a 26-point game now for the Firebirds. Jack, your thoughts in the first half?
Incredible first half for the Firebirds, starting off roughly even for both squads. But one thing I did notice is they switched the defensive matchups, at least on the first defensive drive. So keep an eye on that as the Firebirds try to switch up the defensive plans.
Say Josh Lloyd, who was just switched up on, decides to get a steal and a 2. And another 2 as Josh Lloyd with 4 in a row for Interboro. And they have suddenly brought the lead back down to 22. 53-31, Varela took that personally and drives to the rim, and he'll get the whistle.
With the lead down to 22, 22 decided to do something about it.
Foul called on Jaden Diawara, number 15 on Interboro. His first, and the first foul overall the second half. Varela makes his first from the line. He'll shoot one more. Uncharacteristically minimal day from the line for Varela. Only 4 foul shots. He's gone 2 for 3 so far. One with the imminent 4th coming right now. Ace goes 2 for 2, and we're back to a 24-point game. Josh Lloyd brings the ball right back down, cutting it through the paint. Lloyd to the corner for 3, it's good. And it seems the tides have shifted as Sean Thomas connects from deep, which was the weakness for Interboro in that first half. Zach Charlin over to Robbie Segerish. Segerish forces his way into the paint, tipped up in the air twice by Charlin, and corralled in by Sean Thomas.
Rough start to the half for the Firebirds.
Especially defensively, as they allowed 7 points already, almost a third of it they did in the entire first half combined, and make it 9 as Josh Lloyd continues the run. 10-4 run for Interboro coming out of the break, and it's down to a 19-point game. Liam Duffy, a little bit mishandle on the pass. Duffy, McDonald from deep, it's good.
McDonald heating up like a McDonald's grill. He is destroying 3-pointers this game.
McDonald makes a 22-point game and will slow the bleeding. Here's a long 3. Look for an answer, was no good. Brought down by Varela. The shot was taken by Josh Lloyd. He just has a hot hand as of late. Here's Ace all the way down and some reverse.
Ace doing it himself once again. Just driving down the court and putting the basket.
60-piece on the board for HGP with 5:10 to play in this third quarter. Going back and forth is Sean Thomas and Nadir Ali. Winds up in the hands of Zakai Collins. Instead, Collins took contact with no foul. Rebound brought down by McDonald. Through the paint, McDonald finds Charlin from 3. That one a little bit too much extra on it, and one and done with the Firebirds in a quick possession. Thomas down the court. Thomas out across to Brandon Thomas. It's the other Thomas, and Brandon Thomas throws one forward. It'll go out of play off Interboro. And Josh Lloyd went down behind the play. Subbing off for the first time today is Frank Pua, number 5. Pua goes into Brandon Thomas. Thomas back to Pua, and back to Zakai Collins. Collins spinning away is Diawara. In open space, Diawara, the great move, but nothing comes to the end. And here's Zach Charlin underneath 2. We're going to attempt for 2 is no good, as Segerish had the pass knocked away. It should stay with the Firebirds, and it does.
24-point lead for the Firebirds, surrendering a good amount of points in these first few minutes. Firebirds need to relocate where they want to be on defense and find a way to work that offense the same way it was in the first quarter. They're not doing a bad job. They just need to get back on those crazy streaks that they had in the first half.
The inbound goes right into Adam McDonald, who takes a 3. That one offline and no good. Rebound is brought back down by Jaden Diawara. Diawara is one-on-one in coverage with Varela. He finds Zakai Collins, and Collins is called for, or draws the foul on HGP. Collins will go to the line, and Segrich is called for the foul. Coming off the foul, it was ruled on the floor. Here's a three, that one tipped up in the air and brought down by Adam McDonald. McDonald finds Varela down the court. Varela out across Charlin for two, takes a hard hit and gets the foul. Foul called on Jaden Diawara.
It was a great move by Charlotte until the foul came into play and knocked him down.
4:11 to play in the third, and shooting two is Charlotte. A 25-point game as Charlotte makes his first and adds to the 61 now point total. Charlotte goes 2 for 2 despite the sexual innuendo from the Interboro sideline. Just over 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's Jaden Diawara. Diawara back to Zakai Collins for three. That one no good. Robbie Segrich brings down the two and cuts across the opposing paint. All the way down the court, a great pass to McDonald. He finds ace for two. It's good.
These connections on this Firebird offense are insane. Everyone's connections are so linked, and they can just find each other in open space and just score constantly.
Back-to-back passes for the Firebirds, set up a great two. Here's Zach Charlin down the court, an even better pass to Duffy. Leads him in, and Duffy finishes the job.
Again, just a perfect pass. It doesn't get any better than that. Firebirds know exactly where each other are at every point in time and just drop a dime and they lay it in. It's easy.
66-36 in favor of Holy Ghost. Ball will be ruled off of Interboro as Adrian Varela and Liam Duffy combine for the lockdown coverage on the baseline. Two to play in the third quarter. 30-point lead for Holy Ghost Prep. Yes, you heard that right. Here's a three from deep. That one no good as Dominic Salamone try to bring it in. Varela may have been out of bounds and he touched the ball, but no whistle came of it, and so the Firebirds will bring it down the court once more. Adrian Varela meanders across. And now a timeout called by Holy Ghost. 30-point lead for the Firebirds in their final regular season home game of the year and regular season game of the year as a whole. Looking to finish the year 12-10 overall and improve to 6-5 at home on the season. Coming back out of the break, Adrian Varela from deep. It's his first shot coming out of this new shift. It's no good. Rebound brought down by Nahill. Mark Sindardo backs out the pass, and now he finds Robbie Segrich on the move. Segrich, Nahill, back to Adam McDonald. McDonald spins it away. Robbie Segrich back to McDonald once more. Through the foul line, McDonald. Nahill from three, the big man just misses it wide. That's on the side of the rim. And a foul could have been called on two players there in Varela and Sindardo. And we have a running clock. This is a 30-point lead for the Firebirds. And the running clock rules come in place, and the Firebirds put the usual reserves on.
Have we seen that yet this year, the running clock?
We have once. That time it was going against the Firebirds, so a nice change of scenery in this final game. Here's a long two, it's good. That one a nice mid-range two. That one comes from Frank Pua. Jeremiah Muturi on the floor for the first time tonight, and he finds his co-wart on the floor as well, and Aiden Brody. The lone upperclassman on the floor right now, Gavin McLaughlin now with possession. And the lone active upperclassman in the game today, Dean Burkhardt, still with a lower body injury. Brandon Bass to Aiden Brody. Brody to McLaughlin and pickpocketed away. Here's a 2 by Salamone, and it's good. 4 in a row for Dominic Salamone, and it's a 26-point game. The clock will continue to run profusely. Gavin McLaughlin down the court. McLaughlin underneath, great pass to Bass, and Bass finishes.
Muscle Man with the layup there, putting 2 more on the board for the Firebirds.
Brandon Bass saves the backboard. It's 68-40. Driving in for 2, it's up and good. The pass came from Thomas, and Sean Thomas finished the job. Brandon Bass finds Eddie Rosado, and Rosado will bring it down the court. Rosado finds Muturi. Muturi yet to take a shot. He's filtered the pass as well. That one, miscommunication with Gavin McLaughlin, and will go out of play. Under 20 seconds to play, 15 to be specific. Here's Nadir Ali. He was heating up at the end of the second quarter and picks up where he somewhat left off. Cutting the lead back down to 24. It's a 6-0 run in favor of Interboro. Here comes Brandon Bass looking for 4 in a row, and he's got him.
Great pass by McLaughlin there as we come to the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, Brandon Bass beats the horn at the end of the third quarter. He has scored the Firebirds' last 4 straight and now has 4 total on the day. 70-44 in favor of the Firebirds. The first 24, 8 more to come in the Firebirds' final regular season game before the playoffs, which are all too close and all too smellable for this Firebird team. That was the wrong verb, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. We're going to take a much-needed break. Under 8 minutes to go in this 4th and final quarter from the Chapman Arena. Marston Dardo fires a pass, that one knocked away from his intended target in Eddie Rosado. And Rosado pulling a Jose Alvarado and pickpocketing the man at midcourt. Jeremiah Muturi avoids the travel. And Muturi drives down the court. Muturi doing it himself unassisted. And will draw the foul before the shot. Foul called on Nadir Ali, his first foul of the game. He's been a bright spot today for the Buccaneers. Muturi gets the filtered out pass. Muturi finds Mark Sindardo. Sindardo only 3 points on the day. He's only taken the 1 shot, and he's 100% from the field. Here's Eddie Rosado. Finds Sindardo again. Sindardo backs it out. Here's Bass from 3. Wants 7 in a row. That one no good. One great effort by Eddie Rosado. And we've seen that in back-to-back nights for number 12. In place of Dean Burkhardt, Eddie Rosado has been physical, important, and powerful in that paint.
Been putting up quite a force in the paint.
Here's Nadir White, that one, or Nadir Ali, pardon me, that one's knocked away. And under 6:40 to go, time will continue to tick on the running clock.
Eddie Jeffrey back in for the Bucks.
Eddie Jeffrey, number 30, will sub on. Ryan Cantor subs on as well. Cantor and Jeffrey, 2 players who have not been on yet today, sub on during this possession. Firebirds not getting out of play with a good defensive stand by Mark Sindardo.
Against the Firebirds, number 55, Chris Albright.
Subbing on for the Firebirds is Chris Albright, number 55, a 2-way player, his first varsity minutes of the entire season, and he's trying to make an impact early, and he does, and 1.
Rosado driving into the paint with an incredible layup while getting pushed.
Future stars for the Firebirds having it out in that possession. Chris Albright subs right on and will get the assist on the brilliant and 1 play by Rosado.
Of course, as we all know, Rosado, another dual sport athlete here for the Firebirds, a baseball varsity starter as a freshman last year.
Rosado now is a sophomore looking to be the future of the Firebird basketball team. He's doing just that now. Him and Chris Albright both on. 5.5 to play in the fourth, slicing back and forth and scoring the two. That one coming from Trey Bowman, also on for the first time today. Bowman to Albright. Albright for two is deflected away and stolen away by Bowman. Bowman down the court, gets by Jeremiah Muturi, and that is a great two by Nadir Ali. The Buccaneers not calling off the Dogs yet, down by 25, maybe too little too late, but they're not giving up, and credit to them for doing so. Here's Albright, Rosado from three, no good. Muturi fights for the rebounds, and just couldn't bring it in. It'll go off of Brandon Bass after the deflection by Muturi, and so the inbound will come in by the Buccaneers. Adam Schreiber brings it up. He finds Ryan Cantor. Cantor, back and forth. Here's a two. That one offline by Salomon. No good. Cantor outran by the rebounds. And it'll go out of play. Aiden Brody's inbound for the Firebirds. And Brody will go to Chris Albright. Albright through midcourt. Albright slicing back and forth. Took 2 steps and firing out to Muturi. To Rosado. Back to Muturi, who lost the ball for a moment. Has that one pickpocketed away and a foul called on Muturi. But a smart one at that, able to avoid a fast break going against on the Buccaneers. Halfway through this fourth and now almost officially final quarter. It's a 25-point lead for the Firebirds, 73-48. Moving down the court and trying to get some last breaths in and last shots in this Trey Bowman. And Bowman will get the steal by Chris Albright, and Albright will draw the third foul of the fourth quarter on the Buccaneers. There's one called on the floor. It's the first foul of the day called on Trey Bowman. Albright looking for his first points of the day after getting the assist on the Rosado 2. Muturi looking to do the same. And Bass was deflected, but the ball will stay with the Firebirds.
That was a great block right there.
Indeed it was, as both teams have had very physical presences in the paint today. The Firebirds have won the battle, and that is part of the reason why they're up such a massive total of 25. As Brody filters it out to Albright. Back to Muturi. Open lane. Muturi for two. He gets it to go.
Wide open lane, and Muturi took it, chucking it up and going right in, increasing the lead up to 75-48.
Muturi's points had to feel like a cold glass of water at 3 a.m. as Muturi has been on a drought recently, but he gets back there and starting to find his mojo now as a pass goes wide of Albright, but Muturi with another good defensive stand. Lead up to 27 now for HGP, as they've only scored 4 in this running clock fourth quarter. Moving it down the court will be Salomon and Cantor with possession. Cantor directs traffic and puts up a 3, and it's good.
That was a disgusting shot right there. Through the legs over and over and chucking it over a contested shot, and it just draining right in through the basket.
Ryan Cantor making men miss with cheers from the Buccaneers sideline. Few things to cheer for them, but good to see a man who probably wouldn't get on the floor much getting a much needed 3 there. Albright brings it down. Back to Muturi and back to Albright. Here's Bass who fires it across. He's got Aiden Brody. Brody back to Muturi, goes cross country through the baseline. Back to Rosado now. Rosado's about knocked away, and it'll be a turnover for HGP. A little bit of sloppy and hasty play with the ball in this fourth quarter, but nothing really coming of it on the offensive side for Interboro. So no harm, no foul if you're a Firebird faithful. Here's Nadir Ali back on the floor. Ali out to Cantor, and Cantor will draw the foul. Eddie Rosado called for his first foul. And that's shocking considering how physical he's been in the paint. So he's very safe physical play by Rosado. That has been much needed for the Firebirds in Dean Burkheimer's absence. And now in Charles Steinmetz's absence. Has a brilliant save there. 2-pointer attempt is no good by Eddie Jeffrey. The rebound put back is good by Josh Lloyd instead.
Just an incredible save there by Cantor, able to keep the play going, which resulted in points. And
Under
there's
1
a
minute to
steal.
play. Here's Eddie Jeffrey with a steal, draws a foul, and one. But the basket is no good. Eddie Jeffrey with a brilliant move down the court, and smiles by Jeffrey as he goes to the line. Basket is counted, so no foul on the floor, and one opportunity by Eddie Jeffrey. Jeffrey's one and only is up and good. He's shooting 100% from the field today. As Chris Albright goes down the floor. Albright spins away from Buturi with good defensive coverage. Chris Albright almost unassisted. Put back by Rosado is brilliantly good.
Just an incredibly smart play there from Rosado, seeing the angle the ball was taking, going up and putting it right back.
21-point lead for the Firebirds. 10 ticks to the clock to play in the Firebird regular season. And it will not be prolonged. 4 seconds. Time will stop with 3.8. And the Firebirds wanted to line up there and let the clock run out and do good sports, and they will. A show of sportsmanship by the Firebirds after a very sportsmanlike season by either side. The Firebirds wrapped the regular season with a win, 77-56 over Interboro.
And what a game it was for the Firebirds there. Ignoring the fourth quarter when the massive sub happened, those first 3 quarters, that team on offense was looking more in sync than the boy band, putting in all the effort they had into that game and just putting up 77 points with, I believe, probably around 65 of those being with the, the usual suspects. So what an incredible offensive game from all of our guys.
And the Firebirds had nearly 10 different players scoring points in that game, from the stars like Robbie Segrich, Mark Sindardo, and Adrian Varela, all the way to guys that are two-way players and have not seen the floor yet this year for the most part, being Chris Albright, Jeremiah Muturi, and Brandon Bass. Everyone getting in on the action, and a much-needed momentum boost closing out the regular season going into the playoffs, and a show of team sportsmanship and team conduct, as the Firebirds will now need to go on the road in a probable 3 consecutive game stretch if they are to make a district playoff run at top seeds like Radnor.
But if there's any point in this season where the Firebirds have momentum, it is now. They've been on fire for I don't even know how many games, but a lot of them. And they, I believe, I don't want to get this wrong, but I think they're 10-1 or 9-1 recently.
They are now winners of 9 of their last 11 games.
Yeah.
And 5 of their last 6 overall.
Yeah, if there's any time the Firebirds wanted to be hot, it's right now, heading into the district playoffs. And what a game to finish it off on, a 21-point victory over the Interboro Buccaneers.
So defense will be an issue for the Firebirds going into the playoffs. They enter the playoffs even with a 12-10 record, still suffering from a negative 46-point differential on the year. Not as drastic as the negative 259 for Interboro. Not to take a shot at Interboro, but allowing 56 points to said team. So defense will be what is needed to be worked on for this Firebird team going into the postseason. Regardless, a great regular season that has been so far. We hope to be back here with you later on this February or March with a post-game coverage or post-game to report on from the Chapman Arena. As it stands now, that will not happen as the Firebirds appear to be locked into the 9 seed with this win over Interboro, meaning they will go on the road to face probable Upper Moreland as the number 8 seed. But we can all pray. We are a religious school, so why not? And as we hope that HGP will be back with a home playoff game later this year. We should be back with post-game interviews if possible, so be sure to stay tuned for that. If not, we hope we don't wait too long for nothing. The Firebirds win by 21, 77-56 at the Chapman Arena to close out the 2023-24 regular season. 2, 1. Well, unfortunately, we will not have any post-game interview coming after this final regular season game, but the Firebirds will have a win coming out of it, as we have a 3v3 pickup game going on in front of us. A 21-76-55 victory over Interboro in the closing game of the 2023-24 season. At the moment, the Firebirds are slated to play Upper Moreland as the number 9 versus the 8. That game will be on the road against UM. That game is subject to change. However, the Firebirds will still be on the road regardless of opponent. So we hope for the best for this Firebird team. We hope to see you back here in the Chapman Arena later on this year. If this was our last basketball stream of the season, it was a great season. The Firebirds finished 12-10 overall, 6-5 on the road, 5-5 6-5 at home, 5-5 on the road, and 1-0 in neutral sites. They closed the season on a 9-11 win streak, and with a negative 46-point differential, which we already just could be a problem in the playoffs, but the Firebirds have not slowed down remotely because of it so far this season. With all that being said, I'm Caden Stewart.
I'm Jack Dobbins.
And we'll see you next time, hopefully this season. But if it's next season, again, thank you for switching this year to the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube network.
Holy Ghost Prep ties it up.
Holy Ghost is on the move.
Yeah, Firebirds had a lot of momentum.
Right from the jump for the Firebirds who look really good.